I went camping with my wife and her circle of friends. After a short stroll through the woods with my 10-year-old son, we came back to nothing. They thought they had left me to rot out there. They were wrong. The forest was too still. No laughter, no crackle of burning logs, no faint buzz of music drifting from the little speaker. Only the grip of my son's hand tightening around mine as his eyes darted across the empty clearing. Moments earlier, it had been alive with chatter. Now the tents had vanished. The cars were gone. Even the coolers, the folding chairs, the food. The only thing left behind sat on the old camping table. A scrap of paper with 7 words scrawled across it. This is for the best. Trust me, her handwriting. Julia's. My son looked up at me, bewildered. I didn't let him see my hands tremble. I had married Julia because she seemed unshakable. Bright laughter, warm eyes, the kind of woman who never forgot a birthday and could charm anyone she met. My friends said I had struck gold. I believed them. For 10 years, I trusted her completely. I built a family, a home, a life around her. I gave her loyalty. What she gave me back was poison, wrapped in affection. And it wasn't only her. It was the people who had shared my fire, eaten my food, watched my son grow up. They smiled at me while whispering plans in shadows. They mistook kindness for weakness. They thought I was disposable. At first, I searched for a reason. Maybe a bear sighting, maybe some emergency. But the truth hit quickly. There was no panic in their absence. Every trace had been wiped away. Tire marks brushed smooth, ashes soaked, trash removed. Meticulous, deliberate, cruel. Julia's note wasn't compassion. It was betrayal dressed as care. "Did Mom leave us?" My boy whispered. I forced down the fury clawing at my throat. "She made a mistake," I told him softly. "We'll be fine." But deep inside, I knew it was a mistake. It was a decision. And in that moment, any love I had left for her bled out of me. 10 days. That's how long it took to crawl our way back to civilization. 10 days of hunger, of teaching my son how to set snares for rabbits, how to drink safely from the river, how to move when the air was cool. 10 days of rage burning in my chest while her voice echoed in my mind. Trust me, when we stumbled out of that forest, ragged, starved, but unbroken, I was no longer the man they thought they had abandoned. I didn't demand explanations. I didn't scream. I observed. Julia wasted no time moving forward. With help from my so-called friends, she sold the car, emptied our bank accounts, transferred the house. They all believed I was gone forever. They underestimated me. I learned patience. I learned silence. I opened new accounts, diverted small sums without drawing attention. I recorded their careless conversations. I built a quiet case, thread by thread. They lived boldly in my absence. That was their mistake. The first blow was subtle. A tip sent to the IRS about unreported income from her new boyfriend's side hustle. Then a letter to a bank exposing fraudulent activity. Small whispers dropped in the right ears. Infidelity, theft, betrayal, all dragged into the light. I became a ghost in their world, unraveling them piece by piece. Then I struck harder. Julia's car vanished, not stolen, repossessed. Days later, her boyfriend's business account froze solid. Soon after, Child Protective Services knocked on their door, an anonymous complaint questioning their fitness to raise children. Every move was deliberate, every strike calculated. I wanted Julia to feel the creeping dread, the helplessness she once left me to choke on in that forest. Finally, I staged the endgame. I invited them all to a reunion, neutral ground, a rented cabin, not far from where they had abandoned me. When they arrived, the blood drained from their faces at the sight of me, alive, stronger, my son at my side, steady as stone. "You're alive," Julia whispered, pale and shaking. I smiled, though disappointment lingered in it. I laid the evidence out before them, the recordings, the financial records, the betrayals. Their faces cracked under the weight of truth. "Why?" I asked, calm and steady. Her lips quivered. "You were holding us back. You wouldn't understand." I leaned closer, locking eyes with her. "Understand what? That you chose convenience over blood? that you left your own child to die. The room froze. The only sound was her choked sobs. My son didn't move. He simply stared at her, the way a child looks at something broken he knows will never be whole again. I didn't need to shout. The trap was already sprung. Authorities alerted, accounts gutted, reputations destroyed. The people who thought they had erased me were already shadows. They believed leaving me in the woods would be the end. Instead, it forged me into something stronger. I walked out of that cabin with my son's hand in mine, leaving wreckage behind. Not chaos, not wild fury, carefully laid ruins. Revenge wasn't fire. It wasn't noise. It was control. It was patience. It was justice, cold and sharp. Julia once begged me to trust her. Now she must live knowing I trusted myself instead. And I won. I regret nothing. Because in that forest, stripped of everything, I finally learned the truth. Love is fragile. Blood is sacred. Betrayal is unforgivable. And survival is everything.